I'm putting this video out there in hopes of possibly getting people to reach out to me with small fiber neuropathy and possibly doctors that know more about this disease. For years, I had chronic neck and back pain, and I've had sciatica, which is a pinched nerve in the lower back, and it's caused me lower left leg pain down to my toes. Well, then the pain gradually moved over to my right side, moved from my feet all the way up my body, all the way to my hands, my arms, torso, my face, my eyes, my head. It's throughout my whole body, and all I could think of was, is this my sciatic nerve just getting worse and spreading through my body? I had been to multiple appointments to be checked for autoimmune diseases. Doctors would just tell me, oh, there's nothing wrong with you, it's just in your head. And now, let's see, this last couple of years, it's been really bad. The pain has, it's been unbearable. I feel like at times my body's being crushed. I feel like lightning striking me through my head, through my whole body, burning pains to the point where if clothes touch my skin, I'm on fire and I cannot stand that, my clothes touching my skin. I would have these attacks where I would get headaches, and I found out that it wasn't really headaches. It was more like a condition called autonomic dysfunction, which I'll get to toward the end of this video. Last fall, I had lost feeling in my arm. It wasn't that I lost feeling. I woke up in the middle of the night and my right arm, I wasn't even sleeping on that side. I was sleeping on my left side, and my right arm felt so heavy that I couldn't lift it. I kept telling my brain to move my arm, and my arm would not move. So I just pray to God, please God, let me have feeling when I wake up in the morning. Well, when I woke up the next morning, I had feeling, but there was sharp shooting pains all the way down my arm to my fingertips, numbing, tingly feelings. I also feel like sometimes water is being poured from head to toe. Like hot water is just being poured over my body. It's just really weird. Hot pokers sticking me, stabbing pains, pain in my joints to the point where I drop on the ground. They hurt so bad. There's so much that I have going on, and my neurologist, I got referred to a neurologist that sent me to St. Louis at the Washington University Hospital, where they did a skin biopsy, and it confirmed that I had small fiber neuropathy. So I went and put my story. I looked for a small fiber neuropathy support group, put my story in there that I've had this disease for years, but I couldn't figure out what it was. Doctors would just tell me I'm crazy, that it's all in my head. Well, come to find out, I'm not the only one that's been through this. It took other people years to finally get a diagnosis too. Then I was having my symptoms of the typical, what I thought were migraine attacks, but I would get down to where I would have to hold my head up, and then at that point, I would crawl to the bed and pass out. I would just crash. So I asked people the next day on my small fiber neuropathy support group, I said, hey, I'm having dizzy spells that I've had for years. It's like I get this pressure in my head, which I have all day anyways. And then there's times that it gets so bad that I get dizzy. I'm holding my head up, and then I'm so weak I can't hold my body up, and then I crash. And everybody said you need to get checked for a condition called autonomic dysfunction, which is caused from small fiber neuropathy, and it causes your blood pressure to plummet. And it not only messes with your sensory, temperature, all that stuff, it messes with your heart, your blood pressure, all that stuff. And I had my doctor pull my records, and my blood pressure has been low, abnormally low, since for 6 years. And I'm working on trying to get into an autonomic clinic at the Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, but every time my doctor says they refer me, then I call the clinic, and then they say that they don't refer me. So I'm kind of stuck in a limbo there too, and I really need help because they're saying that I only have 6 to 9 years with autonomic dysfunction. I don't know how true that is. I don't want to believe it because I know that no matter what happens, God has got me. God is in control. He's got this. This is very hard to process, but I know that God has this. I also was recently diagnosed with coronary artery disease too. There's a lot of stuff going on with my health that my body just feels like it's crashing in on itself. And for years I've said there's something wrong with me, but I couldn't figure it out. And then now I've started monitoring my own blood pressure here at home. I have a blood pressure monitor here at home. And the lowest I've seen my blood pressure get is 79/46, and it's pretty low. I'm just trying to hang in there and figure stuff out, and I really need help, and that's why I'm putting this video out here, to reach out just to see if there's anybody else. I'm going to put this on my YouTube and my Facebook and my TikTok. And I'm going to put this video everywhere that I can to try to get it out there to see if there's anybody, any doctors, anybody that can help me to figure out where I can go next and where do I go to get the QSART test. There's a quantitative submotor reflex test that I need to get that will diagnose me more for the autonomic dysfunction. I've been checked for POTS, but I don't have POTS, but I don't believe that test was as accurate as they say it is. Because, I mean, at home, there's times I stand up and I feel like I'm just going to drop. And my blood pressure fluctuates. Like sometimes it'll shoot way above normal or it'll drop down below normal. And that's with the autonomic dysfunction. But the cardiologist that did my POTS test did tell me that you can have autonomic dysfunction without POTS, and there's certain tests that they can do. And the QSART test, the quantitative submotor QSART test, is the one that I need to look further into this, because it actually measures your nerves and all that stuff. I need help, and that's why I'm putting this video out here. And thank you for everyone who have taken your time to view this, and I appreciate everyone who has been supportive of me through this very difficult time. I'm trying to be a mom on top of dealing with all of this pain, and I know that God's going to get me the answers. It's going to be in His time. That's why I'm being so patient, because I know eventually God's going to get me all the answers that I need.